Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, leave a like down below. We just crossed 1,900 subscribers, so thank you so much. Well on our way to 2,000. Have a special surprise for when we get there, but I don't want to say it yet. Check out the Off the Top podcast tomorrow night to find out what it is. Anyway, so today we're going to talk about Universe Mode and some things I would like to see added to it, because Universe Mode is probably the mode I play the most. Because I love making wrestlers. I make about, depending on how I'm feeling, how creative I'm feeling, and how many new parts there are each game, I tend to make 20 to 50 wrestlers, original wrestlers. I usually don't import very many images or anything. I try to make everything within the game. That way, if I upload them, anybody can use them, and they don't have to worry about having to use up their image limit, right? Anyway, so in Universe Mode, I like taking all those characters I make and just coming up with my own show, my own brand, and everything. In fact, this channel, the reason why it's called Strizer2 Wrestling was because I was going to try to make a show using Universe Mode and book it like a real show and try to build it up that way with my characters. But the Universe Mode is always glitched, it's always bugged, so the channel evolved, and this is what it's become. Anyway, so with that being said, here are some things I'd like to see in Universe Mode. Number one, and this one is pretty much everybody is saying this, because it's just like, it seems like a no-brainer. Every year, Universe Mode, it's usually the same. They tried to do a couple things last year with the rivalry system, but I feel like they ran out of time. So what I want to see, first thing I want to see is cutscenes. You gotta get cutscenes in there for story segments, especially for rivalries. Because if you're just going through the motions each week, and nothing, it's just menu based. I mean, there are some cutscenes in there, but it's weird how it gets activated, you know, like you do a run-in, or you do this, or you do that. Either let me go through and just set up the entire story segment for that entire rivalry, so every beat, like this show this happens, this show this happens. I mean, that might be a little boring. Or program it to where it has a series of things, and you just hit random, and it just starts activating them at random. Give us both options. That way we can have full control, and if we're trying to book it like a show, for like say if we have a YouTube channel, we can actually have fun booking a show and let our audience that watches our channels keep guessing. Because we get to the point where we can make our created wrestlers get over like real wrestlers, and they become a character in themselves, which was my dream for this channel. That would be awesome. That's the number one thing I was trying to do with this channel, and it didn't work because, well, you have to build up your wrestlers and characters for people to care about. And with the Universe Mode being all glitchy, just didn't work. Alright, so the second thing I'd like to see in Universe Mode for 2K24 is that custom show opener come back. So when you make your own show, or when you start the show, like a SmackDown, or Raw, NXT, or your own created show, it used to do a little camera pan where it showed the Titantron, fireworks would go off, and then it would just pan around, and then it would load into the versus menu, right? Where it shows all the matches for that show. A cool way to go about that, to keep it, making it look more cohesive, like an actual show, instead of going to the menu, have it pan over after that little show opener, that little animation, and have it go over to the announcers, and have the announcers just say the names of the wrestlers, because in Create a Wrestler, you can pick an announced name on the list. So when it shows up the match cards, just say, "We have a great show for you tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Match 1 is so-and-so versus so-and-so in a steel cage match, or a tag match." And then it just goes through the whole card real quick, and that way it just feels like one cohesive thing. And instead of going to a loading screen where it shows all the matches, have the camera pan up to the Titantron and show the matches up there, and then it gives you control to interact with it. So it's like on there, like you can simulate this match, you can play this match, because they kind of do that in the arena already. They just show the match, like, here's the next match, so-and-so versus so-and-so, and then they start coming out. So just more cohesion is basically what I'm getting at here. Make it really truly feel like it's your universe and your show. Alright, now number 4, the fourth thing I'd like to see added to Universe Mode is the rivalry system. Even though they tried to fix it last year, it keep trying to fix it, because whenever you do a rivalry with a wrestler in 2K22, 2K23, or 2K20, you fight that wrestler every single week, and then you fight him at the pay-per-view. When you book a show like that, I mean, if you're fighting them every single show and you're getting clean wins or decisive wins over the wrestler, nobody's going to want to see him fight at the pay-per-view in real life, so why do that in the game? So instead of doing that, have you fight like different opponents, and you can have them like come and sit at ringside, you can have them come and interfere, all sorts of stuff to build up that rivalry to the premium live event, the pay-per-view. So, I mean, this thing is, it's just so annoying. It's like, I just fought this guy 4 times, and now I'm going to fight him again at the pay-per-view, and if you're like me, you're not going to let him beat you. So I just whooped this guy's ass 5 times. I mean, nobody's going to care about the pay-per-view at that point. So just a little tweaking there, so you're not fighting the same, or should I say, you're not fighting your rivalry opponent over and over again. Like, if I pick Roman Reigns, and I beat him 4 times in a row and at the pay-per-view, I mean, in real life, nobody would want to watch the pay-per-view. Like, he's already beat him 4 times. Why do we want to see him fight him again? Anyway, so for that, yeah, they need to fix the rivalry system. All right, so number five. The 5th thing I'd like to see added to Universe Mode is give our brands a GM. And then add cutscenes to that to make it more immersive. You already have a GM mode. Why not have like a GM option for your show? So let's say you pick SmackDown, right? You'd have Nick Aldis as your GM, or if you made your own show, original show, you could pick whatever created wrestler or actual wrestler you wanted as the GM. But if they're the GM, they cannot compete, just like in the actual GM mode. So I think it'd be really cool just for aesthetic purposes. And then let's say you're doing a rivalry and you're getting a huge fight with your rival. The GM could have a cutscene where he comes out with a bunch of security and they have to break it up, right? Or he comes out with a bunch of wrestlers and they have to break it up. It's just little added tweaks to that to really make Universe Mode pop, if you will, and just feel more feature complete. Now, the last thing I want to see in Universe Mode in 2K24, and this shouldn't be difficult, I just want the mode to work. I've tried making my own show for this channel for the last 3 games, and the mode has been so buggy, so broken. By the time I get all my wrestlers built and the arena built, the show built, everything made, and then I go into it to start setting it up, it'll start crashing, things won't line up right, championships won't be on the right person, it will be the wrong championship, the rivalry system's broken. I mean, you have to like gut the whole thing. I had to set up 3 times and it still wouldn't work with 2K23. So my biggest ask for this year is to just make it work. That's it. That's the main thing. I just want it to work so I can actually play it and have fun. Anyway, these are some things I'd like to see in Universe Mode in 2K24. Did I not touch on something you would like to see? Sound off in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and stay frosty.